There we go.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
That
So
came on fast.
it did come up fast, right?
I wasn't even
Welcome.
looking.
You got to pay attention. Ja is
I
on it.
see that. I see
Ja's
that.
on it. Don't let our guest in yet, Ja. We have a special guest about to join us. Welcome to Not Right, Not Wrong, everyone's favorite podcast, Making Opinions Cool Again on 92.6 The Spot every Saturday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Find us on YouTube, follow us on IG, X, Facebook. Don't follow us in the street because that's mad.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh no, don't do that.
Right.
Don't do that. Oh gosh.
You can follow us anywhere else but in person. If you see us in person, give us a little wave, a head nod, something like that. But don't creep us out, please.
Yeah, that's all we need. Good.
So, in the building, we have our usual suspects. I'm Tamika. Good to see you both. We have we have a long moniker tonight. We have Dark Mark. If dark fell into darkness, he would still shine bright. I should say,
You heard.
it feels like your last name should come after that. But welcome. How are you, Dark Mark?
Oh man, D1. Life is good. I can't complain today at all. But I want to acknowledge to the fans of the spot and all our followers of Not Right, Not Wrong, how D1 is rocking that hat. She is definitely doing it for you all right now. Come on, man. That is rocking. Got the smile head thing rocking. That's a good look, D1. I like it.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. I very much I'm here for it. My t-shirt says Big Taurus Energy. We are in Taurus season.
Yeah.
It's the running of the bulls, y'all.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Hey, I know a million Tauruses.
Yes. So get ready because we about to get loud.
Okay, rock out.
Yep. We also have the man with the plan, Just Ja, in the place. How are you, sir?
Madame, with the fedora even. Y'all gotta watch this episode so you can see how she's killing it right now with the fedora. You dig? 5 million male followers and counting. Yeah.
and counting.
You hear me? But
y'all are the best.
But you know how it is over here, everything above sea level. Yeah, overstand me.
You dig.
Dig.
You dig. So welcome to the Space Brothers. We're just gonna pause for a minute. Ja, go ahead, hit that button.
Yes,
Let our special guest into the space.
Yes, ma'am.
Chloe Bailey.
She is coming in. She is coming in now. Right, jump.
Ah, look.
Say word. Say word.
Look.
Say word. It's almost Chloe Bailey. It's better than Chloe Bailey.
Much better.
Oh my God. A billion times over.
A million times over.
A million times over.
Yeah.
Where's she at?
I don't know. She might be
having technical difficulties.
Maybe she might be.
Yeah.
Mel, if you can hear us, if you need to take the background.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm trying to see what is going on. Bear with me through my technical difficulties at this time. I was trying to set up. The background looks good. I feel official. You understand, Tamika?
You on. You're official.
Okay.
We just need to see you.
I know. Okay. Yes, so give me a second. We're gonna do this. Okay, we're gonna do this.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna figure it out.
We'll work it out.
We can't wait. it just builds up anticipation. That's all.
Oh my goodness.
And shock.
Yeah, it's definitely a pleasant surprise.
Oh,
I didn't even know all this was going on. Hence it being a surprise, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Behind your back. That's how this goes.
I ain't mad at you.
That's
I
how
ain't mad at you.
and that's what took me a little bit to come back into the room. I went back out to talk to our special guest for a little heartbeat. So
yeah. Dig it.
You dig. You guys just gonna have to bear with me for a second.
Okay.
Like I'm trying to figure this out here, why I cannot get on here.
Mel, if you need to take the background off, you can, because in the past, sometimes people have had an issue with having the background on for some reason.
Okay, let's see what's going. Look at this. No. Look at this. Look at this. Just look at this. Okay. I'm still gonna try to get this. Y'all gonna have to use my voice for a little quick minute, but I will definitely come on. I will not stop this progress from being made because the show must go on, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. So let me just tell the people who you are, because Ja already had a reaction. We know the name, we know the voice. C1 definitely knows the name. C1.
I would say so. I would say so. You want me to introduce her? Well, it's your show.
No, I would like to pass the microphone to you, Mark. Can you please introduce our special guest?
Yes, do the formal introduction.
Oh man, listen. It brings me great pleasure and joy to introduce our special guest, who I had no idea was coming on. Considering I think we spoke yesterday, a day before yesterday. I was recently over there. She hooked me up with fish and grits. No one else in the fam got the invite but me. This has been a long time coming in regards to the show, because you mentioned ideals before about dating in this age.
Thanks.
Ever since we all met at Barcade.
Yep.
So for all of you that watch us, all of you that watch the show, everybody on the radio station, wherever you get your podcast, our special guest happens to be my sister, Melody Thompson.
Yeah.
Yay!
I can't see me though, but I'm still having difficulties, but it is such a pleasure for me to be here this evening with you guys.
Yes.
Hi, Ja. Hi,
hey,
Tamika.
Mel.
And hi, Dark Mark.
What up, sis?
How you doing? How you doing? How's everyone doing this evening?
We are well. Pleasant surprise. Great to have you on the show. We definitely spoke about it. So you need to come on and none other on this topic too.
Oh,
about this topic.
Yeah. I'm so excited. I was overjoyed when I got the call from Tamika, and I'm just glad to talk about this. My brother knows this is right up my alley.
Oh, yes.
Yes, alley.
Oh, yes.
The alleyway.
Okay, Mel. Okay.
You know, that should mean that that's just a pathway, Tamika. That's just a pathway to the conversation, the alley. Okay.
So, brothers, Mel knew what the topic was before y'all did. I reached out to Mel and I was like, sis, can we? And she, without a doubt, was like, yes, we can. Right. Can we kick it? Yes, we can. And I hesitated to let y'all in on the topic because I was like, as soon as I say this topic, y'all gonna be like, we gotta bring Mel. But I wanted to surprise you. I wanted to do that. So here we are. And we're gonna dive into this topic of dating. Are we ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, let's do it.
Let's do it. Mel, I know you're still working on technology. I also want you to breathe, take your time. We will see your face when we need to see your face. I trust it.
Yeah, you guys just started without me, okay? All
Okay.
right. I need to see me too. I had the background already. Okay, let me read.
And so for the listeners, I want y'all to understand Mel is Dark Mark's sister, but I don't give a damn. She my sister too, y'all. She my
Uh-oh,
sister
wait.
too. She been my role, we siblings, Mark. You ain't know that? No.
Hold on.
We gotta go.
Nah, go
I
ahead,
gotta
go ahead.
This
Go
is how
ahead,
you
go
gonna
ahead.
find out about it.
Nah, go ahead, go ahead.
All right. She's not my sister because Mark is freaking out. But she is a role model to me. She's been a role model since we were young on the block. So I'm happy to have her here, and I can't wait to hear her input. We're talking about dating, and I don't know where this conversation is gonna go. That goes without saying, because we never quite know where the conversation is gonna
You
go.
never know.
Facts.
Right? We know the topic. That's all we know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna start it like this. Every so often, I get intrigued by different types of courting and dating rituals around the world, right? And so I took it upon myself because I knew you guys wanted to hear this too. I took it upon myself to pull out a few of my favorites and bring them to the show tonight. So I have three for you from around the world. One is that, which I just learned today, is that Armenian women will eat salty bread before going to sleep. And they won't drink water. They'll just eat the salty bread and then they'll go to sleep. And legend has it that in their dreams, whatever young man brings them water, that's their boo thing.
Oh God.
Interesting. They see their suitor in the dream.
They see their suitor in the dream. He reveals himself
Interesting.
in their dreams with a glass of water because the young lady is parched.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "Here you go, my dear." And that's it. They ride off into the sunset.
Dig it, dig it. And so,
what if she don't have a dream about someone that brings her water?
So you don't believe in fairy tales, huh? You're that guy?
Nah, I just asked him because dreams are what they are. You can't plan a dream. It's what it is. I'm just curious. Does she continue that ritual for the second night or the third night?
I don't know. We might have to. I would guess that she continues the ritual until she gets a drink of water.
I'm thinking that.
But I don't know. Yo no sé.
Yo no sé.
Yo no sé. Yo no sé, pero here's a second one. This is a second one. In some parts of Africa, fathers will build specific huts for their daughters to court. So there is a hut that's separate apart from the main house that is exclusively for the daughter to welcome in suitors and that they don't have to be under the watchful eye of the family. But that was
okay.
felt like that was kind of progressive.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely different.
It's definitely different. I don't know what happens in that hut.
I mean, I don't think we want to know.
Yeah, right.
I'm sure the father don't.
But I know my mother would never. She would never. She'd be like, "You building Tamika a hut where?" No, no. I couldn't even close my bedroom door. What
right,
hut? No.
right. Hut? Are you kidding? Right. Away from the house? What?
Here's one of my favorites. This one is good. This one I posted on Facebook years ago. And Mark, I think you might have commented on this, so it might sound familiar to you.
Okay.
But in Austria, women will put slices of apples in their armpits, dance around, get them good and sweaty, and then if you're the man that's interested in that young lady, yes, yes, you will.
No, don't tell me. Please, no, come on.
Yes, you will eat that apple
Oh,
slice
come on.
right
She's gonna
from her
say
pit.
Wow. Interesting.
Mel, are you out here feeding men apple slices from your armpits?
No,
Thank God.
not at all. Not at all. I'm not really liking the sound of that. But I know what's going on respectfully, but I respectfully decline.
No, I'm keeping apples. I'm keeping apples on the ready all of the time now.
Yeah, I mean, you can keep it, but the point is for someone to eat it. You know, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. To each his
Wait, so
own, I
you're not
say.
gonna eat the apple slices out of the pit of your lady love's underarm?
Listen, this is a mating ritual, courting ritual, right? I'm getting to know her. I'm fine with the more conventional method of speaking. Whatever happened to conversation? I'm fine with that. I'm just saying. Now allow me to be traditional in that regard, as opposed to apples, you know, that taste like sweat.
Mm.
You know,
What about that?
Mm.
You eating sweaty apple armpit apples?
I'm gonna have to decline. I'm gonna have to
Okay. Seems like that's a 4 declines. Tamika,
Yeah.
did you say what you would
I'm
do?
not, no, I'm not declining. I'm not gonna eat it, but I'm dancing with apple slices under my pits. Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Okay.
What was the appeal of sweaty apples that made you say, I think I should adapt this and have men's eat sweaty apples off of my armpits?
Okay, we gonna be grown? Cause
Hey,
Listen,
here we are.
okay,
we're all over a certain age now.
Very much so.
okay. Y'all act like
Get it
apple
out.
slices is from a woman's armpit is the come on, stop it. Y'all can have this.
Well, there may be some men out there that will consider that because it's far less than uh tossing. Because you know, there's a new movement of men out there who's all about tossing.
I didn't know there was a new movement.
Yeah,
Oh, hold
yeah,
on.
you know, through my perusing of social media, there's a movement.
the Johnny investigative journalist.
Yes.
Through my perusing of social media. Why would you be perusing that, John? Share that with us.
Yes, perusing through social media because you know I'm
A peruser.
a peruser of various podcasts from time to time, and I recognize there's been a common conversation and narrative with brothers about interest in parting the cheeks and dining away. The parting of the cheeks so they can dine away. So, in comparison to that, I would imagine eating for them, eating underarm apples. It won't be so bad.
Nothing. That's light.
Nothing. It's
Light.
light.
In
Light.
comparison.
Yeah, it's light
That's
work.
light.
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 Light. Put
So,
some whipped cream on it. It's light.
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 Yeah, yeah.
Apples from the light.
Light.
Oh my God. I didn't. I just Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. So, okay, let's back away from the armpit apples because we're going down the road. We're going down a path right now. We're going down the alley. Let's get out of the alley.
Yeah.
So that made me think about, and so this is my first question to you guys. So that made me think about courting rituals that we have been a part of. And so, for example, I'll give one that I thought of that came up is secret admirers. Do they even exist anymore?
Good question.
I haven't heard of anything like that. But I remember being in school and around Valentine's Day, the school would have fundraisers. And the fundraisers would be you could send candy, flour, a heart or something to someone. Either you can send it to a friend, right? I remember distinctly in high school, I think that we had white roses, pink roses, and red roses. White roses were for friends, so you could send roses to your friends. Pink roses were from secret admirers, and red roses were for somebody you quote unquote loved, right? So if you had a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you would likely send that person the red rose. And that seemed to be a school sanctioned courting ritual, by the way. And so getting those roses on that day, I remember sitting, waiting, like, am I going to get roses? Am I going to get roses? And then you get roses and you're like, and especially if they're not all white. If they're all white, you throwing them joints in the trash. F y'all.
I don't want the friend rose.
Right. Like, maybe give me one or two friend roses, but I need some red roses and I need a pink rose in there because I need the red rose dude. I need him to be like, who sent you a pink rose? Like, what's happening? So that's a courting ritual I thought about. I'm going to open it up. Let me see if Mel, can you hear me? You still with us?
I absolutely can. I'm just annoyed that I can't get my camera on. I'm not understanding what's going on. I done tried to do everything. I called tech support, which is my technological sound son, who got me going through
he should
assist.
know what to tell you.
Well, I just called him just now and I didn't want to click off and then click back on. I didn't know if that was okay because I need to really get this right, Tamika and the gang, because it's really bothering me. It's impacting me.
It's impacting you. I feel you. So Mel, do me a favor. If you wanna click off and click back on,
definitely.
Go ahead and do that, and we'll fill you in on the couple of minutes that you missed.
Okay, because that question right there, I definitely want to tackle that.
Okay.
We're gonna hold that for you.
Yes, we're gonna hold that.
We're gonna hold you down, Mel. You good?
See you in a minute.
All right.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
So me and Mel tried to work out some technical stuff before we got on, but technology will technology. She'll be back with us. We'll fill her in on, hopefully it'll only take 2 or 3 minutes and we'll fill her in. Let me open it up to you first, Ja. Are there any courting rituals that you can remember from back when you were a little Ja?
You were little.
Little Ja, right?
How far are we going back? Elementary, junior, high?
Yeah.
Early 20s, 30s?
We could do all of that. Like,
go back to elementary.
Let's say anything, any of those time periods, because there were some elementary. I mean, there was some handhold.
Yeah, let's go back to elementary because it's the innocence of,
Yeah, we were kind of advanced kids when it came to that. When it came to the romance, we was a little bit advanced for kids, right?
Yeah, we used to, I feel like there was some romancing.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Holding hands.
We're humans. We're humans.
Yeah, I remember holding hands. Yeah, and I remember a girl I liked in grade school. It was like we was gonna meet after school to kiss for the first time. It was exciting. That was exciting. Heart palpitating and all that. And then all the kids came to see us kiss for the first time.
Oh,
like it was an event. Like it was an event. Yeah, yeah.
Wait, they came to see y'all?
Yes, 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 yes. It was a major after school event. Yes. The kids wanted to see us kids. Yes.
Pay-per-view. What's going on, man?
Yes. Yeah. Not the whole class, but a few.
Yeah, for sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That was back in grade school and grade school and middle school. Grade school kiss on the lips was major.
Oh
Now,
my God, you kidding me?
middle school making out was major.
Yeah, you
And then
tongue action, all
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah. That was clearing all the bases. That was a home run.
little feel here and there.
Yeah, a little feel making out middle school plus copping fields. Yeah, that was a home.
Oh gosh, that's your wife.
Yeah.
It's your wife. You got a mortgage and all that shit.
All
It's
that.
my wife, man.
You playing house now. We playing house.
Yeah,
What's
y'all
that?
filing taxes, joint.
All of
You know
that.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, all of that.
Y'all
All of that.
together.
And of course, y'all know once we get in high school, y'all know that's
Yeah, it changed the game.
that's when it changed the game. Yeah, yeah. For most of us, you know what I mean? But anyway, to answer your question, um, just just the typical tradition of courting. Of course you start out with the letter. Do you like me? Yes, no, maybe. That y'all remember that.
Yep.
Um, second thing is buying a little flower. Wasn't necessarily a rose. We didn't know the difference between. I didn't know the difference between rose. Significance of the color rose. You buy a flower. You know, you probably bought some dandelion or some shit. I ain't know no better.
Carnation,
The
something like
carnation.
that.
There you go. That's the one. Carnation. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Get a girl carnation. I done that before. Um, yeah, junior high. It was you save up your little change, take a girl out to the movies. That was major back in junior high.
Yeah.
Um, high school, it was first dinner date. Take them out to dinner. Save your little chump change. Take her out to dinner. That's high school. Dinner and movie. Movie first, then
Oh
dinner.
God, you balling.
Yeah, movie first, then dinner. That was high school level.
Oh gosh.
In your 20s, what are you doing in your 20s? If you ain't had a car, if you ain't have a car, you get a cab, you pick her up from your cab, and then you take her in the cab. This is if you didn't have a car. OJ, Mark, I know you remember OJ.
Oh come on,
You,
you kidding me?
you was ball. If you ain't have a car, you gotta call OJ.
You gotta call OJ.
I'll call OJ cab service.
I don't even remember OJ.
Yeah,
What?
that was the
What?
luxury car service. Yeah.
Luxury
Okay.
car service.
Yeah,
Got
yeah,
the
yeah.
phone number, and you knew
Phone
someone
number
that
and all
drove
that.
the OJ.
You gotta call OJ. Because OJ pick you up in the luxury cars. So
Yeah, something fly.
yeah. So if you ain't have a car yourself, you call OJ. You gotta swag out like that. If you're a non-driver. Pick your girl up in the OJ, you go out to eat. Um it's in the 20s, it's I say movie, dinner, lounge, a little bar, something like that. Or a little bar, dinner, a little bar, and the vibe is
Beefsteak
right.
Charlie's.
Yeah, bar.
Beast Charlie.
Listen, B-State, listen. How about this one? Tony Roma's. Remember that
Tony
one?
Rowe. Or Sizzler.
Sizzler.
Man, come on, y'all.
Come on, man. Come on.
Tad's Steakhouse.
Tad
Dad, oh,
State.
listen.
Come on, man.
Listen.
Yeah,
Tad top all of them.
You're ready.
You know, Tad, first of all, the smell, the aroma.
Listen.
Like, yo, we got to go up in here, man. That's Taz's official date spot.
You're ready. You're ready.
They give you that tray.
Mm-hmm.
And I want this that. Let me get that. Baked potato. You got to get a baked potato.
Baked potato, yes, sir.
I don't care what kind of steak you get.
Yeah.
Let me get 2 baked potatoes.
The baked potato, yes, sir.
You want a baked potato? No, both of these are mine.
Yeah.
This dude that won't share nothing.
Yeah. So that's been for me coming up, just breaking down the levels, the years, the age. Yeah, that's pretty much typical for me in terms of courting. You know what I mean? I'm a man that believes in now mind you, I've been taken out myself. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. That's when this is where this is where your handsome privilege comes in, because a woman finds you good looking enough that she'll take you out. That's where the handsome privilege comes in. Shout out to Kane and Wesley Snipes for ushering the dark men in the 90s.
Shout out. Thanks, Kane. Thank you,
Yeah,
Snipes.
you know what I'm saying?
Enough respect.
You know what I mean?
Enough respect. Enough respect.
The
Ain't no
Albie.
half stepping.
Right. Just totally did it. The reign of Albie Shaw and Christopher Williams.
To this day.
Listen, Bobby Brown was there. Bobby Brown remembers.
Bobby Brown was there. So the dog men was looking good to women in the 90s. I always say that and maintain. So I was fortunate enough to be caught up in that wave. You know what I mean? So I say that to say there's nothing wrong with that, but I still am a man that believes in taking a woman out on the first date. I still that. I do. So, I still believe in the traditional courtship and that first date vibes. So that's that. Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Y'all, you done took us down memory lane. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, Mark. Come on now. You at Tad Steak with your 2
Listen.
baked potatoes. Tell me about courting. Oh.
We got her.
Welcome
Yes.
back.
Big Mel.
Hey everyone. Oh my gosh. This was an ordeal. My son, I had a protective on my computer because they tried to hack it, and my son set me up for better things. So the camera was locked.
Oh man.
So even though I was doing everything right, the camera was locked for my safety reasons, and I hadn't been on Zoom in so long. So that was what's going on this side. So my apologies once again, because I do know how to work Zoom since the pandemic. That's all we did was Zoom,
Yeah.
But I'm here.
Yes, so get reacclimated, sit down, settle. You didn't miss much. We're in the beginning of our road of courtship. We're in foreplay right now, right? We're setting up this dating scene. We're in foreplay. So we're
Gas
talking
station.
about
Gas station.
gas station. So Jada talked to us about his little exhibitionist period when he was in elementary school, and he's kissing and everybody had to come out and see him, and the little girl kissed on the lips for the first time. He talked about holding hands. He talked about we talked a little bit about writing notes. We talked about going to Beefsteak Charlie's, and he took us through the generations.
Okay.
So we did that. So your brother is about to pick up and let us know a little bit about what courtship looks like for him or look like for him. And then we want to hear from you.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mark. Let us know.
So a lot of Job pretty much said everything in regards to what I would say, starting from the elementary school with the letter. You write the letter. Do you like me? I think you do the folding thing with the letter, yes, no. Then you got to pass it to 3 or 4 people. And then between the 3 or 4 people, one of the girls probably nosy. You don't want no one to open it. One of them, oh, Mark, you like Kimberly? Oh, come on now. Now the
Oh,
spot's
loud.
blown, all loud.
Mm-hmm.
And she still get the letter. And then it's that awkwardness. I think I mentioned this before on the show. It's that awkwardness when you actually see her. I'm with my mom in the supermarket one day. I saw Kimberly with her mom. I think I was in the second or third grade. And she had on this nice floral dress with her stockings and her shoes. And my mom knew her mom. So we were walking, and then we got to that aisle, looked down the aisle, I see her. I said, oh, God, man, don't call her. I'm like, hey, girl, come here. Oh, God. So she walks over. Kimberly walks over. So, you know, they know we're in the same class as each other, but we just standing there looking at each other. But the parents know I like her mom, you know, but it's just this awkwardness. Like, I know I like her. She know. I don't want my parents to know that. And, you know, all these different things. Remember in junior high school, we got to go outside for lunch. Now all schools get to do that. So in junior high school, you have enough bread. You could go across the street, get a slice with extra cheese. Basically, you could buy a heart attack because that's all we was thinking about in junior high. They had a pizza shop and a place that sold burgers right across the street from the junior high. You go in there lunchtime, junior high is packed. So you go in there, get a burger, and you buy her burger. Oh man, junior high, you doing it. You're doing it. But again, the prices back then was a whole lot less than it is now. Then we move on into high school, what Tamika said. So I know you said in school you had the roses. Well, we had in Taft, we had the balloons, all kind of different balloons. Not big balloons, but you know, got the little plastic stem on it. So it was in the Geo store. So you had to go there 2 or 3 days before to let them know what official class you were sending it to. So if you like someone or were dating them, you better send them a balloon because the person that delivers it, they come to the room, they got about 8 or 9 in their hand. The homeroom teacher opened it up, calmed them down and said, listen, once you hear your name come, get your balloon. So certain girls didn't get a balloon and certain girls did. So I always made sure who I liked got a balloon or two. The balloons was like $2, something like that, or $3. I mean, it's just so many different things. Like Josh said, you move on into your 20s. And a lot of the things that you do, and this will come out, you know, as you all know, my sister is on here. The greatest education that you get on how to treat a woman never comes from your father or your brother. It always comes from other women. Always. So I have to attribute that to my mom and sister because I asked a lot of questions as I went forward, so I didn't mess up. Certain things you're going to mess up on because you're human. But as you move on into the 20s, and we're talking about beefsteak Charlie's, we're talking about going to Fordham Road, or you sharing, what's that? What's that in the Chinese restaurant? The roll. What's the roll? Egg roll.
Egg roll.
Yeah, sharing egg rolls, putting the duck sauce. Oh man, all those little things it mean a lot because it's less about the cost and more about the fact that you want to do those little things with this person. So pretty much everything Josh said, I mirror that. I mirror everything Josh said, all those little courting and you laughing at her corny jokes. Well, if we got to mention, well, this is not in elementary because we definitely wasn't on the phone all night in elementary, not with my parents. It wasn't, we wasn't even on the phone in junior high all night. But I'd say more so in the high school when you're on the phone, you sleep? No, you sleep. What you doing? You coming to school tomorrow? Yeah, I'll be there. You want to go? Hey, I'll go. Okay, why don't we cut 5th period? You want to cut? Yeah, I'll cut if you cut. Yeah, I'll come by your class. Yeah.
Yo, I was about to say somebody.
Y'all remember? That's why he's laughing like that. Y'all remember?
Oh man, that's hilarious. You want to cut?
Yo,
Cut.
Mark got into that role play. He left us all for a second to get
You
Listen,
saw that,
into
right?
listen,
That's why I was
it's,
dying. He left us. He left us.
listen,
He zoned out.
it was really real. It
Wow.
was really real.
Wow. Definitely you have an incredible memory. And I don't have such as that because me being a girl, I couldn't do half of those things
Yeah,
like
it wasn't
somebody,
having that.
you
It
know,
wasn't having that.
for the boys, they can't pee straight or wipe the milk from around their mouth. So could
No.
I utter that I had a boyfriend or girlfriend? No. So I definitely don't remember anything about elementary school, but I do remember a little bit about junior high school. There was a young man, think his name was Gerald, and he was very popular, a nice looking guy, you know. I didn't think anything of it. Somebody said, I think that he likes you. And I go, he likes me? No, he don't. We just really like cool friends. And they said, no, like he likes you. And I think I was very shy because I think my mom used to say, if you look at a boy hard enough, you'll get pregnant. So I don't want to give anybody no eye contact. You understand? So let alone look, and I'm always like this and looking just shy because I wasn't the popular girl, and it seems like the popular girls, I don't know, they get the guys that they like. So I didn't want to like anybody. I didn't want to get in trouble more so. But long story short, did find out that this young man that he did like me, he followed me home before to see where I lived. And I think going back to school one day, he said, I know where you live. And I go, no, you don't. And he goes, yes, I do. And he was like, you want to see? And I was like, no, not really. You can't come with me home. I don't want to get in trouble. So he says, no, I just want to walk with you home. So he was leading me to where I lived. And I said, you can't never come back over here again, because
Ever.
then you're going to get me in trouble. So I do remember like him buying me like little candies. I like now laters and the little candies look like little pellets, little pills, sweeties or something like that. I remember those little things he would come by and just put it on my desk, and I'd grab it really quickly because I didn't want anybody to see or anything like that. But like the fella said, it did stem from a do you like me, yes or no, or maybe. You know what I'm saying? And it was maybe maybe, but I didn't know anything about that, but I just thought it was cute, with that. But fast forwarding, now we're in what, this is junior high, we're in high school. I did have a crush, and his name was Willie Davis.
Ooh,
I think
he's
he
a
was the
player.
You
finest.
said first and last name.
He was the finest person, but he was a man around town. He was again very popular, and I just rather be your doggone friends because I know we can't be more than friends. So we were really, really cool, but I did have a crush on him. I remember when he called my house. And like Mark said, my mom, we definitely wasn't on the phone because she picked up the other phone. Now, Mel, don't you
Mm,
stay on this phone
mm,
too late because I got to make
mm,
a phone call. And we're like,
mm.
I just got on the phone. You wasn't thinking about making a phone call earlier? So it's like she would always pick up the second phone, So I remember him being scared to call my house, like, your mother's mean, because she did say, Willie, now I'm gonna let you talk to Mel this time, but don't call again after a certain time. I think it was 9 o'clock, or I think he called at 9:05, and she went into, because that would be gentlemanly to do. So she gave him a whole sermon. So I think she kind of pushed him away, and I was just a good girl. And that's what he said. He said, you're such a good girl, like you don't hang out. you really can't really go anywhere. So it was like one of those things that I said, okay, I'll just take the friendship. But to this day, you know, when he does check in, he go, you know that you are the one who I was supposed to marry. And I go, really? You know, because he was definitely around town, outside, doing good boy, bad boy things. And I was like, okay, it was just the fact that he was known and popular. So I know that I was good in taking care of it in anything, you know. So anything I needed, walk home, I know we're getting snacks from the bodega, things like that. But fast forward now, oh, let's see. Chivalry is not dead. It's not. But I do remember, and this is in reference to my child's father, and what made me uh really take a second look was the fact that he had this gold medallion chain on. And I would like to say maybe we were 6 or 7 months into the relationship, or maybe we was just courting, like you said, I don't know. And my birthday was coming up. And I didn't see him with this chain that he wore every day. And he took me over to his grandmother's house and introduced me and everything. And they had a cake and balloons, and he had a little locket chain for me. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so nice. Where'd you get the money? Fast forward, he had pawned his jewelry. And so he could give me something for my birthday. And boy, I was a sucker for that. But anyway, that's how he really got me, because I had never had that. Somebody to pawn something so that I could have something special, you know? So I thought that was great, you know, terms of endearment. I thought that was great. But um then after that, you know, slowly but surely, you know, you do get little trinkets here and there. I don't think, like, right now out there, to be quite honest, the guys are not really doing that too much anymore. I would like to really say that they're not really doing that anymore. I don't even know if they're really, really bringing flowers, to be quite honest. Sometimes they're just showing up, okay? And it's like, they just showing up like, they the prize. And like, I don't know, like first dates, do they still give flowers or something, when they greet you? No. Mm-mm. No, but I still get candy every now and then, from the secret admirer, should I say? Because that was part of the question. I told the secret admirer, it's not a secret anymore. I said, well, I like sugar babies, and one day I had sugar babies come to my house. You know what I'm saying? It was an order of sugar babies. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But I thought it was just a beautiful gesture, just of those little things that mean so much, because I didn't expect that. So I guess it all depends on the individual, you know? Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. And Mel, you already taken us. I'm going to slow us down. I'm going to take this foreplay real slow. I'm going to slow us down. We might get to part 1 and 2 tonight, because we got to get to, because we have to get to the comparisons from what we experienced to what it is now.
Dig it.
But I want to take it slow, y'all. I just want to take it slow. I want to take my time with this.
Okay.
So, first, I gotta say, Mark, what you left out of your role play is, you hang up. No, you hang up. Free hang up. You left that part out.
You always let the girl hang up first. Always. Always. Always.
Yeah. Yeah. But so we're going to get to the comparisons, but before we get there, I'm curious about your best. So that was courtship, right? I'm curious about your best date, your worst date, and your funniest date, right? I'm gonna give y'all a moment to think. I know I just hit y'all with this. I had a moment to think about it. So my funniest date was not a date at all. And I think I shared this story about 2011 times because it is the funniest thing.
2011.
No, and I'm going to keep sharing it. So if people be like, Tamika keeps saying that same story, I don't care. It is funny to me.
Sure.
So the funniest date that never happened was I was in high school, after school, walking down the block. I was probably with my homegirls. And there was kind of a rhythm, right? If a dude stopped to talk to you, your homegirls, depending on, they may stay right there, right? And make the situation really uncomfortable. So you got to shoot your shot, but we all here staring at you. Or they may take a couple of steps and they're going to wait for you, but they're going to give you a little bit of space. Or if you give them the signal or they don't really care about you, they may go ahead and keep walking, right? They're going to go, you're going to have to catch up with them in the train station or something. They go. Okay. So I don't know which one of those three. I know it wasn't the first one. I know my girls didn't hover. So they might have took some steps away, or they might have been like, girl, you on your own. It was either 2 or 3, right? This young man comes up to me as I'm walking down the block. The block is crowded, right? It's after school. There's a bunch going on. He comes up to me. He's trying to what? He's trying to shoot his shot. He's trying to kick it to me. Y'all remember kicking it? He tried to kick it to me.
He tried to kick it to me.
Trying to kick it to me. So he's trying to kick it to me. He says whatever he says. And similar to Mel, being raised as a girl was a different experience than being raised as a boy, I think. And so eye contact was on the minimal. You had to kind of sneak a look. There was a way that at least I thought you had to be a little bit coy. You couldn't act like you had too much interest. And you had to do it quick. You had to do it quick. And so I looked at him, wasn't interested, right? And I wasn't allowed to have nobody call my house anyway. Up from elementary, junior high school, and high school, you was not calling my house. Call who house when? Never, never. So that whole game of give me your number, for what? You gonna get me in trouble, homie. So I can't remember exactly why, if I looked at him and decided I wasn't gonna take the risk. It must have been that though, because usually if somebody caught my eye, I might tell him something like, you can't call my house. And then a different negotiation would happen. But what I said was, I'm not giving you my number or something along those lines. He had already asked me my name. I said, I'm not giving you my number. I don't know. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to be your friend. No. Everything, no. And he said, what's your name again? And I said, Tamika. This was in the days of phone books, the little phone books. Homie pulled out his phone books, flipped to the T's, and said,
no.
I got 3 or 4 of them already anyway. Walked off.
Wow.
Wow.
Step your game up, D1.
Wow.
I was like, well played. I couldn't even be mad. I was like, well played. Well played. That was well done. I don't know who he is. I don't know what his name is. I don't know what he looks like. If you're listening today, well played and F you at the same time.
Wow.
So that was the funniest. The worst. So I'm not first and last naming people. I'm not as brave as Mel. I'm changing names. I'm changing enough of the scenario so I have some deniability. So if anybody calls me up and be like, you were talking about me, prove it.
I was.
I was, and I was. But the worst date was I hung out with this gentleman, and we were at a social space. You see how vague I'm being, y'all? We were at a social space. We were having some drinks. We were laughing. There was music. There's some dancing. At some point, this gentleman decided that this man on the stage was interested in me. The MC, right? He's hyping the crowd. In his hype the crowdness, he comes off the stage. He's talking to some people, around the space, and he comes up to me, and he is, the dude is dancing. At this point, I actually wasn't dancing. The dude was dancing in front of me, and the guy said something to hype him up, but the dude had already decided that the MC was interested in me. And so then he wanted to get rah rah. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like it's Josh, C1, if this story sounds familiar, just shut your face. Don't say nothing. But I was just like, it was a horrible experience. It ruined the night. That was the end of it. Everything done, because why are you even if you think that, why are you acting out like that? Why are you like bristling up in the man's face? So that was my worst date experience. I hated that. I thought it was horrible. My best date experience, I was a teenager. Mom, I don't close your ears, because I wasn't supposed to be dating, right? Wasn't supposed to be dating. Remember, I just told you, couldn't nobody call my house, none of this. I was still a teenager, and I thought I was grown. And this young man took me on a date to a restaurant with white tablecloths. I had never been on a date to a restaurant with white tablecloths. And then the servers came around before your meal and took tongs, these silver tongs, and handed you warm, white, pristine washcloths so that you can wash your hands before your meal came. And they would wait for you to wipe your hands, and then you would drop your little used white washcloth back on the silver platter.
Okay.
You was making an impression.
Did I tell y'all I was a teenager? I was like, what's happening here? So that set the tone. That after that, I was like, I know I'm grown. Can't nobody tell me. So that's my funniest, my worst, and my best. So I'm gonna flip it. Mel, I'm gonna start with you. Your
let's hear it, Mel.
Your best.
Same scenario, but I think I would have to go to I'm going with puppy love, first love scenario, right? He knows who he is, Cliff Markey. And everybody know, through him, I understood what I guess the word love was at that time. We had went to high school together, and didn't really notice him until we got out of high school. So I think he was 19 and I think I was 18 though. So I want to say that's really when I went on my first date, Tamika. I remember my dad buying me this beautiful green silk dress. I had this gold bag, my green suede shoes. He had his nice flat top, black shirt, nice linen slacks. We was dressed to kill. I couldn't wait to go out. Now, to think about this, I'm still tall and he's shorter, shorter than me. And I remember, he like long legs, and I'm like, I'm taller than you, but I would always try to stand on the slant so I could, so I could kind of like be his height a little bit, and I had on shoes. And you know, and we're walking and I'm standing and I twist my foot actually, so he caught me, you know, and he says, "It's okay that you're taller than me." I said, "Oh, I know." So to me, I was busy trying to front, but I was busy just trying to stand on the short side so that we could be like this. But I mean, you know, so he like, so to me, that was funny. And in the same date, a bird took a crap on me, on my hair, and on my green dress. And I'm like, that's like, what's going on? But we laughed because I think that they said that, is that good luck or something?
That's a mating ritual.
They said that's good luck.
They said that's good luck. And I'm like, oh my God.
I don't believe that.
I was embarrassed. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, I didn't have no tissue in my purse. But he went across the street, or no, this was summer. So the they were selling ice cream truck, and he got a napkin from the ice cream truck and took his time just taking it off. And I know where we were going. We were going to a concert. And I remember just being so excited. And that was really my all of those dates all in one with that first date, because that really laid the foundation to me, is what to expect from him. And he was just a perfect gentleman, to be honest. I think I learned a lot in that, you know, seeing how I should be treated through that relationship. So my requirements and expectations moving forward stemmed really from that relationship, to be quite honest. But that was just it, all in one to me.
Wow.
Best, worst, and funny. With that.
I love it. I love it. Best, worst, and funniest all in one wrap up.
Okay.
The bird poop is supposed to be good luck. That's what my Nana said. And so if my Nana said it.
Yeah, it was on and popping since that. Okay. So he must need to crap on me again. For that good luck with that. I'm looking forward to it. Maybe not.
That's what's up. C1, what about you? Best, worst, funniest?
Oh man. Where can I start? Let's see. Let me try to narrow this down some. First, before I get into this, I'm definitely gonna concur with Sis said in regards to Cliff. Since she said his name, I might as well repeat it. Definitely a solid stand-up dude. He was like a brother to me. Just growing up, me and my sister were very close. Brother went into the military. So I formed a bond with Cliff too. He showed me how to drive. We used to go out and play basketball together and all that. So he was just definitely a good dude, all around. A lot of the times guys are like, damn, you got a little brother? You got to tag along. Normally guys, girl, they date little brother. That could be a nuisance. You understand? But that was never the case with him. So it was more so like, if he loved my sister, he loved the family. This is what comes with. So, it was like, I date your sis, you and me on, we cool. And we just built from there. So, peace and blessings to him. And I definitely learned a lot from him too, and how he treated my sister and how I went forward with relationships. So I'll start with the worst first. Well, one of the worst is, so this particular young lady, she told me to come to her house. I said, okay, cool. She said, if I come to the crib, we're gonna have some alone time, gas station. And she was supposed to buy me a Champion sweatshirt. I think I mentioned this on here before. You remember when Champion sweatshirts was popping?
Right.
And they sold it at Dr. J's. I wanted a blue Champion sweatshirt with the C on the side with the red in it. Those sweatshirts was everything at that time. Right. She said she was going to buy it for me. All right, okay, cool. I was like, so let me go over there. Jump up and down on it. Get the bread for the Champion sweatshirt. go to Jay's. I'm good money.
Stop.
All right, cool.
Stop. No, nothing is cool. Did you say jump up and down? You saw all of our reactions, and you just kept talking.
Yeah, I'm telling my story.
Okay.
You said we're gonna be grown.
Trying to breeze past that.
Go ahead.
So I said, all right, cool. So she lived in one of the projects that I'll say not necessarily welcoming. Let's say that. I ain't gonna name the project, but this is one that is not welcoming at all. It's in the X. So I told my homeboy G, I said, yo, G, call me over here real quick. You understand? He said, all right, cool. Where we going? All right. But he still came with me. He's like, yo, I'm gonna just chill for a minute. We chill in the living room and go in here about. All right, cool. So I get to the crib, knock on the door. She opened the door. Says my homeboy, we come in and we sit down in the living room. So I'm wondering why we in the living room, right? We supposed to, only thing on my mind is this champion sweatshirt. I just wanted this champion sweatshirt. So I'm in the living room. She in the living room. My homeboy G in the living room. Her grandmother's in the living room and her sister. So I'm like, okay, maybe we sit out here for a minute. We watching the TV, small talk. Then I'm gonna go in the room. So 10 minutes pass. We just all looking at each other. I'm like, listen, so when we gonna go in your room? So she's like, damn, I can't have boys in my room. You can't have boys in your room. I'm already here now. This is not what you said on the phone. All right. Long story short, I end up skipping because she ain't let me in her room. Right? I didn't get the money for the champion sweatshirt either. So she was a little pissed off behind that. We spoke later and she let me know how pissed off she was. And I was like, listen, why I'm sitting in a room with your sister and your grandmother, what are we supposed to do? Kiss and hug in front of them? Fast forward. So that was probably the worst ever. Funniest, one of the funniest, this young lady who I was courting, I would say for some time initially, she had put me in the friend zone. But I don't really believe in that friend zone thing. But for conversation's sake, she had put me in the friend zone. We were real cool. She used to work at my job. We used to hang out after work, a little drink here and there. Okay, cool. So I said, listen, why don't you let me make dinner for you one night? I didn't really know how to cook then at all. She said, you know how to cook? I said, hell yeah, I know how to cook. What you know how to cake? What you know how to cook? I was like, I'm going to make you like smoked salmon. I'll make you some asparagus, yellow rice. I didn't know how to make any of that. But this is what I said I was going to make. So she said, you playing? I said, nah, I'm serious. So I wrote a letter, put an actual invite in the letter, mailed it to her, let her know date, time, what to wear, all that, like an official invite. She impressed. She said, all right, I'm coming. Game on. So I went to Fordham Road and I bought some silverware. Mind you, we already had this stuff, but I bought some silverware, bought some wine glasses and everything. Night of it, she come, we upstairs, we talking, right? I got the music on, everything going good. I pour some wine. So we already ate, we talking. I'm looking at her eyes, she looking at my eyes, and I'm holding a champagne glass. All of a sudden, the champagne glass just cracked. Wow! Just like that. I think this is just my anticipation that cracked it. Because I wanted to jump up and down on her too. So it just cracked, right? The wine glass, I'm sorry. And then the wine just boom, 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 boom. Oh, God. It's bad business. So now she thinks the wine glass is cheap. Yo, what's up? Where you got these from? I said, I don't remember. I don't know where I was at, where I got these. Of course, I ain't gonna say I got them from the road. Clean that up. I made light of it. I really had to laugh it off. It was funnier because the wine just got on me. I don't think she would have been as amused if it got on her. Mm-hmm. So I think that's what saved that night, and it turned into a wonderful star-spangled evening for the both of us. Mm. One of the best dates. I was in high school. with my ex. My sister knows her very well. I'll just say she's from Jersey. So my sister know who I'm talking about. This is way back in high school. I think I was in 11th grade around that time, and we went down to Rockefeller Center. We wasn't going there to skate, just to walk around, just be in that area and watch people skate. This was around Christmas time, all that. And we found a nice little area in Rockefeller Center where nobody was. It was just quiet. And we just stood there looking at each other. And then we just started kissing for a while, unbothered. Nobody came by for like 10 minutes. So all of us, someone came and said, "Oh, you guys can't be back here. What are y'all doing back here?" Then we ran. And then we ran. Then we went back to the train station, took the D train back uptown and everything. But that was just a beautiful time. That was one of the best days. That turned into a full-blown relationship for a very long time, from high school, then years later. So that's definitely one of the best. So that's the best, the worst, and the funniest. There's more, but we'll have to save that for the next episode.
Yeah, that was a good time, though.
Thank you for the memories.
Right. You already know.
I've been there. Okay. All right. Thank you. That was a constant, that was a constant we see. Okay.
So you know, I mean, before we jump to John, my sister say some slick, because sometimes when me and my sister used to talk, I said that, okay, Mark, okay. And then she want to get off the phone with, certain stuff you can't share with sis. But we're so close that I forget. And I say, "Oh, Mel, yeah, so we're okay, Mark, okay." And then she want to flip it. "Well, what about I tell you?" And then I hang up. You understand?
That's why you don't want to hear my stories, but you want to tell me his.
We still don't.
I ain't telling you. All right. That's it. I don't need to know that.
Yeah, Mark overshares anyway. To stop him.
No filter.
None. Sir Ja.
JJ.
Yes. Best, worst, funniest, in any order that you choose. You can say names if you want. You can put the names out there.
I'm gonna protect the innocent or guilty, however you want to look at it.
Okay.
But yeah, so funniest date was a thugged out date. So one of my exes, we went to this burger spot off of Florida. I think it was on Arthur. Y'all know Arthur Ave, right?
Of course.
Yeah, I think there was a burger spot on there. So we go up in there, and we go in there, grab a burger, some fries. We chilling. You know what I'm saying? So she looks at me. She goes, "Yo, let's walk up out of here." Right? I said, "What?" I said, "Word? You serious?" He said, "Yeah. Let's walk up out of here." I said, "I, you go first. You go first." So she eased up, got up, left the burger spot, and I waited for a few minutes. You know what I'm saying? I said, "Yeah, let me get the check." So he came by and get the check. And then when he walked back, I got up, skated. No, we out.
Look at you.
Yeah. So we both laughing. We walking dumb fast. She was like, hurry. Yeah. Thugged out.
Y'all made it. Y'all ain't get caught?
Nah. But yeah, we Bonnie and Clyde that.
Oh.
That's that sound view coming out. That's that sound view coming out.
Sound view in Bronxdale.
Fact.
So yeah. So we Bonnie and Clyde that. We thugged that out. So worst date. Worst date. So another girl I dated. Well, this is well, I can admit this is all more so my projection. So it could be or could not be a worst date. But anyway, another ex that I dated took her to Tony Roma's.
Tony Romo.
So,
Okay,
Tony
okay.
Roma's. So we've been dating for a while. So I'm, I got a grip on me. I'm ready to ball out. I'm like I'm showing off, like, yeah, get what you want, get what you want. You know what I'm saying? We in Tony Roma's. I'm like, what? Trying to call myself trying to impress her or thinking I'm impressing her. So she my ex is kind of pompous because she's very what she's kind of pompous because she's highly intelligent and she's ambitious and she achieved a lot at a very young age. Um,
Mm.
both of us were 19 at the time, so she had a career job at 19. So essentially, so she made more than me, right? That didn't bother me at all. I mean, my wife makes more than me now, so that never bothered me. Um, but she was very pompous about it. So when she ordered, I noticed she ordered the cheapest on the menu. So so and I took offense to that. I said, so I'm thinking, does this girl think I can't afford Tony Roman? So
Mm. Mm.
she trying to,
She trying to play me.
yeah, trying to play me and order the cheapest thing on the menu because she think I can't afford this because she make money on me, so that make more money than me. So my mind was running like that. So, but I ain't say nothing. But I had a little attitude. I was the conversation. I was real short in the conversations and stuff like that. I'm like, if I couldn't take it to Tony Roma's, I wouldn't eat at Tony Roma's. If I couldn't afford Tony,
Facts.
I wouldn't take it to Tony Roma's. I'd have taken it
Facts.
to Hughes or something. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I got money for Tony Roma's, so my mind was running like that. So it could very well be my projection. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I'm trying to have a nice night with you. I'm taking you to Tony Roma's. You know what I mean? Which is a creme de la creme for us urban folks back in the days. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So I, I had the money for it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, get what you want. You ordering the cheapest on the menu, like, all right, I got you. You know what I mean? So
Oh,
You
yeah,
was ready to ball out. You was
yeah,
ready.
yeah. That was my lady. I was like, yeah, I was on some old, get what you want. I got it. I had enough for a tip and all that. You know what I mean?
Oh, look
Yeah,
at
yeah,
this.
yeah, I was ready to ball out. Show off. Show off and impress her. She ordering the cheapest on the menu. I was like, oh, word. Okay, you type playing me?
I
Yeah,
kind of feel bad though, because maybe she was trying to be considerate.
she could be. She could be. But with that and moments that I experienced with her with her pompous attitude,
Ah,
so that kind of got into my conscious, and that's why I was projecting. I was like, yeah, is she trying to be generous or is she trying to play me? Like he can't saying, he can't afford this, but she think that's what I say. She think I can't afford this because she make more money than me or whatever. So that was that. So I would classify that as worst date, although it could be my projection, so I can admit to that. The best date, of course, that goes without saying, the missus, which I could choose a plethora of dates that I went out with the missus, but I guess I'll choose one where for her birthday we went out to a nice dinner, and then no, I took her to a play. I took her to a play, Broadway play, where it was a play with Andre Braugher in it. Rest in peace, Andre Braugher, and,
mm.
and another actor. So I took her to that place. She really enjoyed it. No, 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 no. Scratch that. I got another best date with her when I surprised her. She wanted to see Gladys Knight and NJ Pack. And
Oh, come on.
I surprised her with Gladys Knight's tickets.
That is
Yeah,
nice. Come
yeah.
on,
So
man.
I'll put that one as a good one. She liked that one. She enjoyed herself. And then of course we went out to eat afterwards. So one of her birthdays, I did that for her. So I'll put that as best date.
Well played. A surprise is always a good, well,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
always. Most
yeah,
of the time it's a hit.
yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah,
especially
yeah,
if Gladys Knight is involved. Come
yeah.
on, man. It can only get better from there.
Man, and as you ladies know, y'all love a man who listens, because she didn't outright say she wanted to go Gladys, but she kept saying, I love Gladys Knight. I would love to see Gladys Knight. So
you were starting to put Gladys Knight wallpaper up. Like, I hope he
you
gets
know what I
the
mean?
hit.
So yeah. So it wasn't like she had to outright tell me take me to a Gladys Knight concert. She just saying, "Yo, that's my girl. I love Gladys." So I'm like, "Oh, chill. Gladys Knight performing at NJ Pack around her birthday on the computer. Tickets, bong. I got a surprise for you. Let's go. Go to NJ Pack. She saw the tickets. Ah, Gladys! Oh my God! So so I got kudos for listening. Yeah, I know y'all like that. I know y'all like that.
Ay, qué lindo. Ay, qué lindo.
Ay, qué lindo. We love it, and we usually pay you back in a very nice fashion. So
that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Gas station.
All right. So I want to move on, but I know we're at time. Can we stay on? Do you guys have to get off? Like, what's your schedules looking like?
I'm good.
Mel's good.
And I could, you know, I can split it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
C1, how are you with time?
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Okay. So let's bring this to a close, maybe close, like not really, but maybe this is the end of the first part, right?
All right.
Thank you for listening. Deuces, peace, y'all. Check in for part 2. Okay, part 2. Welcome. Not right, not wrong. Making opinions cool again. Here we are. Part 2.
Here we are.
92.6. The Spot with the usual suspects, Tamika, Ja, and C1. Yo, what's good, y'all? And don't say nothing. And, and our special guest still with us, still rocking with us for hour 2, Melody.
Absolutely. What's
Big
going
Mel.
on?
Yes,
That's
Mel.
Mark, Tamika. Not right, not wrong, right?
What? That is so funny to me. Not right, not wrong. I love that. Like, if we had a drop, we would need Mel's drop right there. Not right,
that
not
sound
wrong.
hot. That sound hot. That could be put into something somewhere.
Oh
Yeah,
my
put in the promo, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm
We
here.
need that.
I'm here. Glad to be here.
So we done played around a little bit. We done had some court and we done had some date, and now we into it, y'all. And this is what I really want to know. This is really it right here. I want to know, like, that was then, right? We smiled, we laughed, thinking about some of the rituals, some of the court, and some of our prior experience, whether it was good, bad, or otherwise. What do y'all think? Because now we grown, right? We all grown. We not a little bit grown. We super duper grown. Some of y'all are much more grown than me, right?
Oh.
We knee deep grown. Knee deep grown. Knee deep.
I did send for y'all. My bad. I got aggressive. Oh, is Mel taking off her earrings? I'm sorry.
You know, get ready. Like, we on what? Oh, you sorry. You caught it, right? Oh.
I caught it. I was like, oh, Web is coming out.
So good. It's so good.
But we grown for real. We grown for real. What do y'all think about the dating scene now? And I know we have various levels of interaction with the dating scene now, right? So I think we can talk about it from our own perspectives, right? So I'm thinking about you, Ja. You're not going to talk about the dating scene the same way a single Ja would talk about the dating scene. Yeah. But what's going on? Because from where I sit, and Mel kind of alluded to it a little bit, some of the stuff that used to happen is not happening anymore. I like to believe that chivalry is not dead. And this is from a perspective of me, right? Perspective of a woman who dates men, who likes a little bit of chivalry. I like flowers. And I will say I have had men send me flowers. That's beautiful. Thank you. I have had, I don't know if I've had a man bring flowers to give me on a date. I don't know if I've had that happened in my adult life, but it just feels different. It feels like the romance is not romancing the same. And I don't, here or not right, not wrong, we don't get into these gender wars the way other shows get into gender wars. I'm not here to beat up on nobody, but I do have to say it just don't feel the same. There's nothing about dating now that makes me feel giddy. Like it just is like it's different, y'all. It feels like there's a lot of rubbish that we have to get through. To, as people like to say, and I like to hear, like, there's piss in the pool.
Oh,
I've heard that term before.
God.
Yeah, piss in the pool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's piss in the pool. So I think I started the first round with Ja, the second round with Mel. C1, this is your round. What do you think about dating now?
Well, I'm not in the dating pool, because I'm seeing someone, but I won't really speak too harshly of it, because it only takes one person for you to change your mind. I was watching some movie. What the lady said in the movie, I forgot where I heard this. You have to kiss a number of frogs before you find your prince. You understand? Now, maybe these frogs that you've come across may harden you, may make you dislike things or see all the things that you would like for a person to do, as in your prince. But then once you meet him, you got him, you know who it is. I think a lot of people now have their expectations up front, as opposed to waiting till 3, 4 dates out, or maybe a couple of months out after they get to know the person. And there are so many different nuances and everything that goes on with someone that's dating, that may want to date you, but they have a girlfriend. And you need to understand they have a girlfriend, and the girlfriend gonna want to date you as well. But you could also have a boyfriend. Also, it's it's a lot going on out here. But again, we're adults, and adults make adult decisions. And it's up to you to say whether or not you are or you are not down with it. So the same thing that we may say now about dating, these are the same things our parents may have said when we were young, and we may have started to date, because they didn't do A, B, C, and D. There's certain things they didn't expose to. They grew up in different times, and that was real courtship back then. It wasn't no walking anyone home from school or anything like that. The mere mention of the boy may have meant you got a beating. That was real courtship. If he come on the block, he throw a rock at the window, you look at the window. That was way back then when our parents were young. So the same thing we may say now, maybe what they said. And, my daughter, she's young. She's going to be 25 next month. So I really can't be too harsh about it. There's certain things I would like for the male to say or do that wants to court her. And I would like to think that I provided that example for her to see and what she wants. Granted, she's going to make up her own mind, make her own decisions in regards to who she wants to date or continue on dating. But right now in this current climate, I don't want to make a sweeping generalization about everybody and say it's that ugly out here. I think it's just take that one person to make you change your mind about all of it and feel good about what's going on.
Okay. What do you think? What do you think you taught your daughter about dating?
I think I taught her to be strong and as far as her opinion, and definitely to expect chivalry. And I always told her, I said, listen, if the chivalry stops after 6 months, it wasn't genuine. So any and everything that I do for the person that I'm dating, I do for her. Umbrella, open up the umbrella for her. Open the car door. I don't let her get out unless I open the car door. I walk on that side of the street next to the traffic. Always grabbing the bags for her, anything heavy. All these little things do a lot. I do the same thing for my sister too. When me and my sister are around, I don't let her get out the car. I open it. All those little things mean a lot. Now, the guy may not do that. So I don't want her to say, wow, you don't do what my dad did. I'm not going to date you. It may be different things she see in him that may be genuine. But it should definitely start off like that. If he wants to call her a dater, it should be some sort of expectations that make her say, I would like to see him a second time or third time. It should go forth from there, or just the smallest things mean a lot if you just inquire of someone's well-being. Sometimes this generation is a little different because they don't really talk on the phone. Everything is texting. Get on the phone and talk. But whether it's via phone call or text, if the person just inquire about your well-being, that means a whole lot. And then you listen. When you ask him the same thing, inquire about his well-being, it should be go back and forth. But I think I showed her that she should expect chivalry. I don't believe it's that at all.
Okay. And so in that example you gave when you talked about Marjane and what you taught her, some of it is at the beginning stages, right? The courting stages or whatever the language is at the beginning stages, but some of it continues, right? You gave examples of carrying heavy bags and walking on the outside of the street and things like that. So I'm assuming that you still do that even now
to this day
in the relationship that you're in, like
absolutely
in that connection. Are there other things that you do? So you said you do those things like walking on the outside of the street, carrying bags. You do that for Mel, you do it for Marjane, you do it for the lady in your life. Are there things specific to the lady in your life that she gets from you that no other woman gets, that to you is an indication of don't be fresh, C1. Don't be fresh. But like
I'll say this. For as long as I have been seeing her, right, there's not one time ever, no matter the visit or the length of time, that I ever showed up to her place empty-handed. Ever. Not one time ever. It's just a thing, no matter what I bring, whether it's wine, whether it's groceries, whether it's some gum or a 6-pack of gum, and all those little things she sees and she laugh at, and she always say, why you keep doing this? She likes it and she appreciates it. You understand? No matter what it might be a light bulb, it might be Drano. And it's funny now because now she don't know what it is. It might be a game of chess. It might be a checkers. It's no telling what it might be. It might be what you call that? A case for a phone. And it might not even be the phone that she got, but it's always something. It might be a ping pong. It might be 4 or 5 ping pong. To this day, I've never ever showed up empty-handed. I always come with something. That's just my way of saying, I appreciate your time. This is something to remember this moment by.
Nice.
So yeah, she only get that.
Nice. Okay. I dig it. Mel, it looked like you were gonna say something.
No, that's very nice. And yes, my brother is the perfect gentleman. I'd like to say I learned a lot from him as well. Though I'm older than him, I would vicariously live certain things through the stories and what he did for whoever was in his life, his significant others, because I wasn't seeing that and I wasn't on the dating scene like that. I really had stopped the dating scene for a long period of time in my life, but I always knew what I wanted, what I needed, what I required, and I know Mark was very general and he didn't so much want to talk about, your question was, what is going on? You know, what are we seeing? What are we noticing? And just on a deeper level of intentional connection, are people intentionally dating? You know, what is a date? When people say, well, can I take you on a date, right? Because what I found is I don't know. It's like I can take myself to the movies, but I'm thinking of a first date. Should a first date be at the movies, or should a first date be getting to know someone on that level where we can have a dialogue and a real conversation so I can learn whether or not if I want to date you, you know? Just because this person is nice doesn't mean that he or she is dateable and relatable. So, my word, intentionally dating. One person, oh yes, I'm looking for, and I like to say that I'm not a girlfriend, I'm a wife, you know? So that's my intention. So I'm not looking for a boyfriend, I'm looking for a husband. So it's kind of, I really want to know your intentions when you say you want to take me on a date, you know, but I'm finding that people are not being genuine, Tamika. You know, at this age that we are, people are still lying. They just not honest. You understand? I could respect you more in all your honesty if we can move. If I could rock with you. But it just seems like people don't know what they truly want. I know I'm a gem. I sparkle everywhere. I'm a shine everywhere. But I'm not meeting those gems. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of them really can't even hold a conversation. A lot of them like to hide behind the thumbs just as much as the young people. So when we do have an intelligent conversation, they can't stay too long in the conversation. So, and I like to talk because I need to know what type of trauma I'm dealing with in this person's mindset of who I may come to be to him. You understand? So it's a little bit deeper for me in reference to what's going on, because I know that we all bring out certain kinds of unresolved trauma, but we need to know what we're getting into. And that's what I find is scary, because we're wearing masks. No one wants to let down their guards. Women, we will be more receptive. Men, they not going, I'm good. They may have just got out of relationship and now they dating you. We take some time before we move on. The person seems like this is what they want to get into. Now it's like, you know, we're moving too fast. No, I'm moving at the speed we should be moving. But that's what I'm really seeing. But yes, I do enjoy chivalry, but I'm not seeing brothers bringing stuff to the house or bringing something when they come, or do you need anything, or I'm not seeing that. And those are the things in my mind, like I shouldn't even have to tell you those things. Let me say no thank you. Or should I be upfront and say, these are, you know, my requirements. You know, I want someone who's going to ask me. So is it okay if this person treated that person that way and that's what they accepted? Now that you dating me, you think I'm supposed to accept what that other person accepted because they never said anything. So now it's seeming like I'm the bad person because I have requirements, you know, or am I expecting too much, or I'm high maintenance? So certain things that I've gotten, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna be that because I'm not gonna lower my standards, you know, and I'm just not gonna do that. But my brother raised, you know, my niece, I raised a young man, and I would like to say that Mark really showed him in his long-term relationship what it looked like. You know, for the life of me, you know, my son didn't really see me in a relationship, to be quite honest. I never wanted to bring different men around my son, so I went mainly through his life without having a partner, should I say. But Mark's relationship, he learned so much, so I see a lot of mannerisms in how he treats his young lady, and I'm just so proud of that. I can only speak about it, but vicariously, and Mark showed him, you know, just by doing those simple things and talking to him about, you know, when he does start courting, and he calls Mark for questions and advice and things like that. But I don't know what's going on with the state of dating out here. For me, I've had to say, that's a no for me, a no thank you, or you don't get past the goal with me, like the Monopoly board. We not even gonna pass this right here, because we can't even have a conversation, because I need to know who you present, you know, because what they say, the representatives show up, okay? And then now you get to see the real, once you pull back the onion and the layers, you say, wow, this person is really not nice. And we see the signs early and we ignore them. So to me, it's scary. You know, I don't do online stuff, but it's very, very scary. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna be happily single for for whatever. I'm just wait. I'll be waiting, but I'm just not gonna settle. I can't afford to. It's a life and death situation. I cannot settle. I won't do it.
Okay, Mel, ladies and gentlemen, this is why she is our special guest on today. This is why, because I don't need to repeat it. Y'all heard everything she said, but she took us um from the light stuff, right? From the chivalry and the dating. Those are tokens and gestures, and those are nice indications, but where is your intention and what does it look like when we get past that? Ja, what do you think?
How do you follow behind that? Bars.
I don't know. That's why I passed it. That's exactly why. See, listen, let me tell you something. I was gonna leave Mel for last because I told y'all I spoke to somebody earlier today and I knew Mel was the closer. But Mel, she came out the gates. And so Ja, you follow it up.
Swinging for the fences.
She swung for the fences. Yeah, she should have been a closer. How do you follow behind that? That was nothing but bars. Yeah, salute, Mel. That's I dig what you're saying.
Think about it.
Yeah, like you said, I really can't speak in terms of how the dating market is these days, but I can simply I simply say this. Men and women need to stop projecting onto each other and start processing within. And once you start doing that, you'll get a better result. Because to Mel's point, you bring you encounter when you're encountering someone new, you're guaranteed to bring some type of sort of baggage and trauma. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that won't even acknowledge that or affirm that about themselves. So it's a lot of projecting going on. I could say from my wife's practice, because she has the same practice as you, D1, that she has sessions with a lot of millennials and Gen Xers who share sentiments of frustration, both men and women alike. But it's a lot of projecting. So it's about why don't women do this, or why can't men do this? A lot of projecting going on, and so she coaches them to process within, and this is a mantra and ideology her and I believe in and we practice. Whatever's out there is a result of your consciousness and what you're projecting. So to change that or resolve that, shift your mindset, shift your consciousness, and something else may come along. In addition to looking for be better in discernment as well. Listen to the clues in conversations. That's why conversations are important. Have those conversations. have those conversations be lengthy, because the more someone talks, the more he or she eventually will reveal themselves. You can't be a representative but for so long. There's a limitation. There's a limitation on being a representative. The truth is always going to reveal itself, and you will find it if you use the art of discernment very well. If you're very masterful in the art of discernment, you'll pick up some shit, and you're like, oh, okay. And then you can make the determination of whether or not you want to see him or her again the next time. Or you can nullify the deal right there. Like, it's been nice to meet you, but I think we should move in different directions. You know what I mean? So, that's how it should be. That's how it should be, in my opinion. It should be like that. So nobody's time is wasted. Because at this day and age, we got more time behind us than we do ahead of us. So discernment is important. Inner processing is important.
So I'm gonna argue that point. And then I'm gonna argue it before Mel says something else, right? Because I can't speak after her. I can't do that. Mark, you do whatever you do. It's your sister. You figure out if you could speak after her. I can't. I'm not gonna do it. But Ja, to your point, like I think you and I speak a similar language, right? We use, you know, we speak a similar spiritual language. We speak a similar psychological language, projection, discernment, all, these things. Intention. I told Mel earlier, like that word intention makes me so happy. Like I love that. But here's the thing. And I'm not bashing any group of people, but I am. But I'm not. But I am. Yeah? Okay. And I say that because how many men do we have to move out of the way? Right? And I say that because I know a lot of women who are having the same conversations in groups of women. And gentlemen, you probably are privy to some of these conversations, right? Where women are saying, what is going on? Where are the men? And I hear men going, I'm a good man, you don't see me. I'm a good man, you don't see me. I hear you, but I don't hear you. All right? Because something's happening that either we're missing each other or we're defining good very differently. And there's something in this intention that seems to be missing, right? I think, you know what? I'm gonna put my foot down on this. I don't give a hell. Come for me in the comments. I don't care. I'm gonna put my foot down on this. I'm gonna put my foot down on this. Women are doing their due diligence. Women are doing the work. We're working on ourselves. We're going to therapy. We're going to church. We're going to spiritual retreats. We're trying to grow and be better. We're not looking for perfection. I don't know what perfection is, but we're looking for insight and we're looking to be the best version of ourselves that we can be in our singleness. But I don't think that is the way. I personally think that it is within partnership that you really grow, that you really expand. And so I'm going to come into the partnership the best individual I can so that we can then grow. But where are you? Men, generally speaking, I'm not coming for you, but I am, because are you guys doing the same due diligence? And from my scientific research, I would say the answer is no, because we women are weeding too many men out. And I hear things like, women want too much. You do we though? Do we? Is intention and being faithful, is that is that too much? Like so I don't know, Ja. I think I argue with some of after the discernment is what I would like to think about. What happens after that? Like, where are we going? What are we doing? I'm gonna leave it open to anybody with thoughts.
You just want to argue because it's Taurus season. It's all good.
Big
Probably
Taurus
that.
energy. Stay right. Come for me. I don't care. It's Taurus season.
That's the only reason why D won't want to fight y'all. That's all.
Gloves on or gloves off?
You know what I
Listen,
mean?
both. I could be a whole street fighter. I could be
Or
a whole
golden bows. Which
Listen, we throwing them both. I'm boxing. What we doing? I got jabs, uppercuts. Come on, let's come. Don't play with me. Come on. I'm just playing. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight.
No, we don't. We don't.
No,
So
go ahead, Mel.
Oh no, because she said Josh. So I thought you was gonna drop something when she spoke, but we definitely want to be heard, and we definitely want to be taken seriously. And like it was said, I can't say all men, right?
Facts.
I'll never ever say all men. We
Facts.
take accountability and responsibility to say that the men that we have chosen, right? We don't get it right all the time, as you know, Tamika. We thought we knew, and there's some things that we found out later, right? So that's why I go back to what did I know about love, right? From an early age. I knew this word, but there's so much meaning that goes in I love you, I like you, right? I like to say that you have to provide for me mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and financially. Those are my requirements. You understand? So if you're not bringing those things in totality to the table, then I'm questioning myself, because I need those things, and I definitely need a communicator, but I need a provider, and I need a good listener. So you heard me, but were you listening? And 9 times out of 10, we're not listening to each other. Okay, so that's where a lot of the friction is basically coming from. I should know in our first encounter, is this going to be a second date? Does he deserve a second date? Okay, maybe he was nervous, but there are those signs that we see. I have an early newlywed couple, and it's like they got married. I'm not going to say very quickly or whatever the case may be, but some may question, because it's things that she is finding out now that she didn't know, that I see that she is really complaining about. But in my mind, I'm like, sweetheart, that whole courtship or getting to know, or maybe some people say, well, we'll find out, for better or for worse, in sickness and in health. You understand? When we do take these vows knowingly, right? Because at this point we know better, and we know the things that we should settle for. But again, just being intentionally out here, saying what it is that you want. Okay. Josh said we have more years behind us than ahead of us. I'm not in any rush if that time still does not come. You understand? For me, I know what I need and I know what I want. I'm not just casually dating, but I definitely would like companionship in this process, in this courtship of really, really getting to know someone, even before being intimate. It's no rush, it's no timeline. If that is what his pursuit of his happiness is, he can hit the road, Jack and Jill.
Fact.
Jack and
That's
Jill,
right.
he can hit the road. You understand?
Forever.
Okay. That's really, really where I am right now. But you have to match my fly and match my intentions. And I like to be like, I think Mark said he don't believe in soulmates. I do.
Still don't.
I do. You know, and I like to say I met my soulmate, but on a friendship level, we have so much in common. We share. He's been vulnerable with me. Things his friends don't even know, you know, and it's the stuff that we're able to talk about is really, really deep. And I'm like, wow, you could be my person, but not my person. But I learned through his qualities of what he possesses that that is a good man. Okay. And I need those certain things. I just need certain things in my life. I don't want to argue no more. I stopped that a long time ago. I don't want to fight. We're gonna have little disagreements, but we should still be able to kiss each other on the forehead. Let's revisit this tomorrow. We don't want to get into saying things and then apologizing. It was already put out there. You understand? So can we really take back hurtful words? Okay. And being sensitive. Men can be sensitive too, but they won't say it. But Jaw did reveal he was into his feelings. You know what I'm saying? When the lady
Tony
did say,
Romas.
you know, the Tony Romas. But we should really, really be thinking about that. For all of us who are out here dating, knowing your partner or the significant person to whom you want to be in your life. I'm going to go back to that trauma word. Generational traumas have been passed down from one relationship to the next, being unresolved. Most men are scared of therapy. Oh, I don't need no therapy. I don't need, but you can see in a conversation, they want to go back and talk about their ex. Oh, I remember when my ex did, wait a minute, are you over your ex or you not? How long ago was it that you broke up? Oh, you just broke
Months
up?
ago.
So what is this, a test run on me just to see? I'm just trying to understand. You understand? You want to get in the car and test drive and you're not even really ready for this, you know, but yet you have someone getting their feelings hurt. I think people just need to know and then let them make a decision. Is this for me or it's not? Are we going somewhere? Is this not? What are your intentions? Do you see this being a long term? And sometimes very vague answers that are given. And we as women, we go for that vagueness. You understand? And it's like, okay, well, we should be able to say, no, that's not really going to work for me. Because I just need to know. Am I dating with intention or is this just a casual? Am I only seeing you? Or are you only dating me? Is this exclusive? Is it not? So I'm not really sure out here, Tamika, what's really going on. So I've been dating myself. How about that? And I shared with Tamika that I went on my first date by myself, okay, and sat up in Row House on a Wednesday.
Nice spot.
Every
nice
first,
spot.
Every first and third Wednesday of every month, they have the oldies and the goodies and the, you know, the older, even older than they come out and they're having such a good time, guys. And I shared with Tamika that within 5 minutes, I had a drink that a gentleman bought me, and he gave me his seat, okay? Because I was standing up because it was jam-packed. I had never went, and I said, let me check it out. So I did feel a little bit awkward because, you know, there's some things that could be she's sitting at the bar, you know what I'm saying, by herself. So you got men, you know, coming on or trying to talk to you. But it was really, really cool to have that. And he said, the first drink is on me, as he gave me his seat and he exited. Then the gentleman who was sitting next to me, we got into a conversation. I still hadn't given him my name yet. And he was like, well, definitely enjoy yourself. I did tell him it was my first time, but long story short, I got a meal and another drink, okay? He didn't ask me for anything. I felt obligated to give him my name because I said, if I come there again, I don't want it to make it seem like I'm lying or anything, okay? So I just thought, dog, it's still, maybe there's hope. Maybe it does exist out here. Or was I in my head just saying, did they really want something? Then the next time they're going to remember that they bought me a drink or gave up the seat. But I thought it was pretty cool because I really don't like to go anywhere by myself of that nature, but dating myself has just been a spiritual journey for me, and it's just beautiful. So to be in love with yourself to that extent, I still accept compliments from a man and everything, but I love me some me. And he's going to have competition competing against the love that I have for myself, because he has to love me much more, or to equal content, that I love me though. But that's where we are, and it's hard out here. I'm not a player or pimp, but it's hard out here.
When you say it's hard out here, you gotta end it with for a pimp. You have to.
Oh God.
Oh goodness. Oh man.
I had no
They
idea.
said pimping ain't easy. Somebody got to do it, right? Okay.
Listen, it's not easy. See, what are your thoughts? I want to make sure to get your voice in this space before we wrap up part 2.
Nah, I'll interject this just to bring it more so into a spiritual level, and this is outside of dating or the topic at hand. This is just something to ponder. So the Bible states that, right? And the Bible says that we're living in the last stage, right? These are the last stage. So it's supposed to get progressively worse as these days continue on, right? Every single day supposed to get progressively worse. Now, it may not be worse for you, may not be worse for Job, may not be worse for my sis or for me, but butterfly effect. If it affects anybody, it affects everybody, right? Even if it's something small, it's supposed to get progressively worse. So something to factor into the start in regards to dating. And everybody say, what's happening? What's going on? I'm just moving it away from dating in particular, and more so human beings. What's happening with human beings? What's happening with people? What's happening with the climate? What's happening in the climate of this world and the things that we're seeing? I think a lot of the things that we're seeing and are happening, to some extent, it has to affect you. You live here. Now, whether or not you say it, whether or not you go to therapy, something has happened to every single one of us. And I think the way it's played out is going to speak more towards the person and how they deal with all this. And since we're discussing dating or dealing with that, I think that's one of the ways these things come out. Once you're 3 or 4 dates in, once you're 3 or 4 months in, once you're 3 or 4 years in, because you all live here too. Now, if this entire place, I'm not trying to figure this out because it's beyond our comprehension, but this entire place as a whole is supposed to get worse. All of it. How is that going to affect us? How can we remain whole and be who we need to be to ourselves first, right? And then how can I be how I need to be to you? If you and I both live in the same place, we're seeing all of this. I just wanted to just throw that in there, not to bring darkness to the mood, because I know all we're laughing and everything. This is such a beautiful topic. But this is more sort of to say to some people may not know how to deal with all of this. And they may look at dating as an escape. Supposed to have a good time. It's supposed to be fun. You meet a nice, beautiful young lady. You out talking, having a nice conversation. Second conversation was nice. Third conversation, numbers and everything. 4 or 5 days, you having a nice time. You don't want to reveal to her what you're going through, what you're stressed about. Or just in general, what may be going on in this world that you feel is impacting you. I think a lot of the things like that we may not necessarily discussing, or you may not want to tell it to the person that you're courting, because that's scary. Who want to hear about all that? Now, as honest as it is, both of us expect us to be. When do you start being honest? You really want to hear about this on the first date? Like, listen, D1, Tamika, you know we living in the last days. So when do you start being honest? When do you start doing that? So, you know, a lot of people, again, this is not a gender thing, this is a human thing. People say, listen, I just need you to be honest with me. That may be too heavy to handle. That's a lot when you tell someone, I just need you to be honest with me, because you may not be ready for all that they give you. Just be honest with me means that tell me everything. All right, I tell you, you got that. Damn. Woo! That's a lot. That's a lot. And may have been 2 exes that he was with, told him the same thing. He was honest with them. They skipped on him. He gets to you, he having a wonderful time. Beautiful. You hit him with the same thing. Now he's shell shocked from the 2 exes. You think he gonna really be honest with you? 2 exes broke him? He's not gonna do that. So that whole honesty thing, I mean, you should be honest, granted. I'm not endorsing lying or anything in that regard, but how honest is honest? I think something that's happened to everybody as a whole, and we're trying our best to fight against it and just not get the best of us. I just wanted to add that in there, that spirituality point, because I mean, it's true. We all live in the same place. And, you know, the personality that I have, despite the fact that I truly think that this place sucks, I swear I do. But, you know, I try to, you know, self-medicate myself as much as I can. And I try to do things that bring me joy, so I won't feel like that a lot. Because we all live in the same place. And if it brings me joy to speak to you, to call you, to be in your company, you make me laugh. Certain things I read, listening to my music, taking my walks, and just doing all those little things, if that keeps me sane so I can continue being this way to the person I'm seeing, then this is what I need to do to be sane, to be this person for you. I just wanted to add that.
Siblings got bars tonight.
I'm telling you, the siblings did not come to play. Okay.
I mean,
the reality that we are all impacted and affected by the climate that is happening. And like you said, it's already been predetermined, and understanding what is going on. So like I told Tamika, I still have to live and I still have to thrive, because if I didn't, I would crack up and barely survive. So mentally, though I see and I know what's going on, the reality is that I can't allow it to stop me. Whenever the end comes and our person and our being, our God, you know, then I can only hope, you know, that I'm chosen. But I just know that I have to continue to live, or I would have to be paranoid. Okay, I can't go out. I can't do this. You can't eat this. You can't go this. It's so many can'ts. What can I do? What am I able to do? And we always say that we are able. So you know, we are all impacted by what we hear, the crime, the deaths, and everything else. You know, we pray for each other, our children, our families out here, but we know it's wicked. But I still have to live, and I live to thrive. And that's what I'm doing. And that's why I'm kind of retiring, I'm retiring, ladies and gentlemen, at this stage in my life, because there's so much more for me to do. So when people say, what are you going to do? My 2 words is live and thrive, because my purpose has already been predetermined. My path I'm walking through on purpose right now. So that's all I can continue to do.
That's 3 words.
Okay. That's it.
That's 3 words.
Okay.
You're gonna let your brother
In purpose, on purpose. We're walking that walk, Doc Mark, Tamika.
She heard me say that. She just let that go over, you know.
Because right now you got little brother energy, and she's like, whatever.
That's exactly what I'm giving off. I mean, it was 3 words, but live and thrive, right?
Okay. Live and thrive. Walk in your purpose on purpose. How about that? Okay. That's all that we can do. Right, Tamika?
Yes, I think it's time. I think it might be time. Don, let me just get any final words. If there's anything you could count your words if you want to, or you don't have to count them.
Not right, not wrong.
There you go. Anything you want to add, brother?
No, I'm straight. Great conversation, powerful conversation.
Oh, super facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another one. Great episode. Great episode, Miss D1. Great episode.
Thank you. Great episode to you guys. Like, I felt that. Like, Mark, I can't close this out without saying I don't be caring about nothing you say most of the time. And I don't listen to a lot of what you say. I really don't. I really be like, I watch for your mouth to stop moving, and then I be like, okay, who wants to speak next? That's my indication. But I gotta say, like what you said was it was really powerful, and thank you for sharing it. Thank you for putting it in a space. We can't really dive into it, but I also don't want to act like you didn't just put some real stuff in there. And your sister picked up on it and kind of, addressed it, but I want to make sure. And I also remember Mel saying earlier, I don't even know, I think it was in this part too, that she said, like, this is a matter of life or death. And I think that, man, we could talk about just that piece for a really long time. The spirituality of all of it, the world, the environment, the connection, the disconnect, the why behind the disconnect, all of the things, which, is some of what Josh spoke about, right? The whys and what's going on. So thank you all. I just really appreciate you guys coming into the space and giving first and last names and doing all of the things.
I hope they call me. I'd love to just have a conversation.
Okay.
But again, to pay homage, to pay homage and to say things.
You're good after this. You're going to have your own fan club. Believe that's fact. Tamika got about 5-10 million. This going way back when she was talking about, the engagement ring could come out the Cracker Jack box.
Right.
That was probably like our first, second episode ever.
Tamika's standards is real low. Give her a ring pop. She's good. Good.
And she's been popping since then. Ja way up there with the men and women that like that Barry White voice and all that. He's, the wise omen. Come on. He can say very few things, but it's just so prophetic. So he got millions and millions of, despite him being a Jet fan, he got millions and millions of fans and all that. You should see the comments they be writing in there. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I'm me. So that goes without saying.
That's
you already know what that is.
Zero. Nada. Yet.
Jump up and down. Jump up and down.
Yeah. Yeah, listen. Listen. That was when I was younger.
Of course. Smash, dash, dash. Okay. Oh, that's just another topic. Okay.
That's another topic.
I'm so grateful.
The siblings off. Like, y'all need your own spinoff. Like, what is happening right now?
Nah, it's all inside. This brother sister stuff right there. You already. Listen, you. Go ahead, D1. It's your show.
I don't think it is. I've lost control. Thank you guys for participating. Thank you to the listeners. Thank you tuning in to 92.6 The Spy every Saturday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Thank you for catching the visual on YouTube. Shout out to all the other podcasts on the station. Drop into our comments. Let us know what you're thinking. What's on your heart? What's on your mind? What topics do you want to hear us talk about? I don't know. Let us know. Let us know. We want to hear from you. God bless and good night. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get out of here.
All right. And we out.
Right.